You've heard the legends of people being swallowed by whales and coming out alive. But there's no way that a human could actually survive a trip inside one of these massive beasts, right? Wrong. In June 2021, lobster man Michael Packard was diving on the sea floor when he was hit by something big. Everything went dark, and he immediately thought a shark had caught him. But he didn't feel any teeth digging into his flesh. Suddenly, everything around him began to squeeze his body. He was inside the mouth of a whale, and it was trying to swallow him whole. Want to know how he fought his way out of the 30-ton mammal? Here's how to survive getting swallowed by a whale. There are two types of whales. Toothed whales, such as sperm whales, can eat giant squid in the deep sea, but they have no taste for humans. And there are baleen whales. These giants use a layer of bristles to eat small prey such as krill and little fish. They attack schools of krill or fish with their mouths wide open to catch as much food as they can. But like Michael, humans can get caught inside their deep, massive mouths. Once you get picked up in a whale's mouth, you don't have much time, so you better start thinking of an exit strategy. Is there breathable air inside a whale? How can you force it to spit you out? And how did one man spend 3 days inside a whale? Number 3. The captured photographer. In 2019, nature photographer Rainer Schilt was diving off South Africa's coast, trying to get some cool shots of sharks feeding on a run of sardines. Suddenly, everything went black, and he felt a strong pressure around his waist. He got trapped inside the mouth of a bride's whale. As an experienced diver and nature photographer, he knew that a bride's whale's throat is not wide enough to swallow a human, but if the beast started to submerge, he would run out of oxygen and drown. All he could do was stay calm and wait for a chance to escape. His wife and one of his friends were horrified, watching the scene from a boat a few meters away. Fortunately, a couple of seconds later, the whale realized that Rainer was not a giant sardine and spat him out. Number 2. The caught fisherman. American lobsterman Michael Packard realized that his entire body was inside a humpback whale. He could even feel the whale diving down. If he didn't free himself soon, he would run out of oxygen and die. Suddenly, everything around him started to crush him. The whale was trying to swallow him. He began to struggle, and he could tell his scuba gear was causing some discomfort to the whale. He continued fighting. A few seconds later, the whale's mouth opened. Michael could see light again. The whale shook its head until it expelled the lucky lobsterman. He was alive and well, but he had spent about 40 seconds inside the mammal. Other fishermen rescued him from the water and took him to the hospital. He had only broken one leg. Before we move on to our last story, let's see what we can learn from these survivors' experiences. Both Michael and Rainer were very close to schools of fish, which whales and sharks eat. That would make them vulnerable to being gobbled up by a 30-ton beast trying to catch as much food as it can. But both men were experienced divers, and they were wearing professional diving equipment that allowed them to keep breathing while trapped inside the whales' mouths. After the whales freed them, their crews immediately helped them. Finally, they also knew that the whales cannot swallow humans, which helped them stay calm and find ways to survive. If you are not an experienced diver with professional equipment and the support of other professionals, do not even try to swim near these gentle but dangerous giants. Number 1. The biblical hoax. In 2015, many media outlets reported the incredible story of a Spanish fisherman who fell overboard during a terrible storm and got swallowed by a whale. The first report said that Luigi Marquez survived for 3 days inside the giant animal by eating the raw fish in its stomach. Then the whale ejected Marquez into the water. Yup, like the biblical parable of Jonah. The story even included a picture of Luigi, but according to other media that questioned the story, he turned out to be a man named Mike. Finally, marine biologist Helen Scales assured the BBC that there is no breathable air inside a whale. So Luigi, or Mike, would have died long before the 3 days he claimed to be inside the whale. Although Luigi may not exist, the waters around the world are full of unexpected threats and dangers. There's even a place known as the Divers Cemetery. Want to know where it is? Keep watching here on How to Survive.